The dream is what? To play in the big leagues. There's only less than 20,000 people have ever played in the big leagues on the entire planet. But yet every parent thinks maybe their kid's the one. But really, when you net it out in the last 20 years, there's only been one of one from that age until that swing yesterday. And I got a chance in 2012 to shag balls with Bryce Harper when he was a baby, 19 years old. He comes to spring training with the Washington Nationals. Davey Johnson said, get to know him. Put your arm around him. He's going to help us at some point. We want him to feel comfortable because his entire childhood, he was the baseball prodigy. And no one's kind of had that mantle to carry it. And he has let no one down. He's had detractors, we'll get into it. He's had people want him to fail. He's had people call him overrated. The bottom line, he's one of the best players in the game, and he's been it since a baby. So I want to take you through it because he got to have a moment of moments, and I'm so proud of him for doing it right there. Look at Schwarby. Want to get to the NLCS? Look, 16 years old. He's on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How do you walk the halls of high school? All right, and there he is. He had to leave high school because nobody would pitch to him after his junior year. Pause this real quick. And then Tom Verducci does the SI cover story, and isn't it poetic? He's handing him the NLCS MVP trophy on the dais. I mean, it comes full circle 13 years later. But I try and tell parents at home, listen, you can get better at certain things as you get older, but it's kind of a template for what you're going to look like at an older age. You're going to get bigger, stronger, faster. There's not much difference, right? Look at Harp. He had to leave high school. No one would pitch to him going into his senior year. He has to go to college and win the Golden Spikes Award and then become the #1 overall player in the entire sport. Run this real quick. I'm just going to take you through a timeline and lead up to the Ranger Suarez at bat. I could sit up here for literally 30 minutes and sing this guy's praises. Remember 2012? Pause this. This was 8 days after his call-up. Last time Phillies won a World Series, who was the MVP? Cole Hamels. It's kind of poetic justice now that he's in a Philly uniform. Cole felt the need to kind of indoctrinate him to the game by drilling him. Run this.
Why?
Because he was the guy, Robert, and everyone wanted to find out where he was at. You want to find out where he's at? After that same AB, he steals home. And we're all in the dugout going, oh, God, this guy's a little bit different. And then it starts the whole train. 2015, he goes bonkers, wins his first MVP. Let me throw you those numbers. 330 with 42 and 99. And then I think he took people by surprise when he inked that 13 year, $330 million deal. But he is a family guy at heart and really wanted to put roots down somewhere. And then what happens? Pause this real quick. He wins his MVP in 2021. He goes 309 with 35 and 84. You know what? Bring up his career splits, J-Mac, real quick with the different organizations. He's actually been a better player with the Philadelphia Phillies, and he was unbelievable with the Washington Nationals. But kind of more of the same, right? And I think, for me, damaged goods. Blake Snell breaks his thumb. Late in the year, he has to come back, and he's not on the heater. Bring up the third board we talked about with the fastball, splits versus fastballs, if you can. Because this was telling for me. Before he got hurt, 336 batting average against the heater, 10 home runs. He comes back sometimes, and I've heard Tony La Russa say it, we need the name on the back of the jersey in the lineup regardless of whether or not you're going to get us hits. And I think that's what Bryce did for his team. He wanted to be in the lineup for his team. But he wasn't ready, right? Wasn't calibrated on the heater, couldn't get there, probably dealing with a lot of pain. All of a sudden, it clicked. Get me back into that Max Fried at bat. Run that back to the beginning for me. Because this was kind of a tone setter. I know Max didn't have his good stuff. This is game one of the NLDS. But you're taking on the defending World Series champs. You're in an 0-1 count, and Max throws him a heater right here. Soon as you hit that baseball, you hear Freddie Freeman talk about it all the time. I'm trying to drive the ball the other way for power. Line drives over to shortstop's head. Once Bryce Harper can take a ball and drive it out to left field, there's really nowhere any pitcher in the game can go. and he was on fire the entire postseason. Game 1, top 4. Hey, guys, settle down. I want the moment. I'm going to be here. Mike Clevenger has absolutely zero place to go against Bryce Harper when he is locked in. Run that back for me. Sean Manaea, drop down lefty, 6'6". Watch this swing. You talk about staying square. Wanting a moment, he gets on second base after Jay. What does he say right here? Run that back for me real quick.
You know what he said.
You know what he says. I think we all know what he says.
I'm going to give it to you again. Whose house is it, Bryce?
Yes.
Whose house is it?
This is my sleeping house.
Yes, it is your house, baby. Unbelievable. Now I want to bring you back. Suarez is throwing 100 miles an hour, but this is in game 2. He spits on his changeup. So I don't know if maybe there was a tip there or he just saw his changeup out of his hand super well, because he never offered at it, even back in game 2. He ends up on a 99 grounding to Manny Machado in the shift and grounding into a double play, but it kind of led to this at bat yesterday. Whether you think Hader should have been in there or not remains to be, it is what it is. Bob Melvin went with his guy right here. He is on every one of those heaters, but it's this changeup that he spits on that lets you know there's nowhere he's going to go. Foul off, 98 miles an hour again. Watch, get this on the ground. Run that back for me. You just saw 100 5 times in a row. Run this. And he doesn't even flinch. The at-bat's over. It's just a matter of if he's going to hit it at somebody. To watch him have that moment, honestly, from the time he was 15 years old, he has been kind of destined to be this player, and he has carried himself with class and professionalism every step of the way. Watch this. Oh my God, I just did that.
Yeah.
Highest career postseason slugging percentage, minimum 100 plate appearances. You got Ruth, you got Luke Gehrig. Look at Randy Arozarena, nails. Stanton's on there, and there's Bryce Harper. So what a moment. Right man, right time, right city.